edge at the moment. We go aboard with Brad Jones with the coveted #1 plate, the reigning Australian Super Touring champion, but he will lose that title this weekend. He's not in contention for a shot at defending the title, and he plans to give it his best shot in these two races this weekend. He wants a good finish to the season. Up in behind Mike Fitzgerald, who's making his Super Touring debut up towards bit of left throw again. This is going to cost Bradley. Oh, there's been a touch. There's been a touch against Mike. Oh, no. Crash. There's been a big crash at the top of the hill. Now, one would suggest we'll have to either get the safety car out or have this race red flagged. It looks as though Fitzgerald's moving around inside the car, so he's at least okay. But what was Bradley to do?
That is a monumental crash. They'll definitely, I can guarantee, a red flag for that one. The Peugeot's completely destroyed. It's good to see Fitzgerald is moving inside the car. Brad Jones came up behind him. It looked like the Peugeot did slow. He came across in front of Brad and then looked like it slowed. And Brad, yeah, red flag. Had to be a red flag. That's just a serious accident as the ambulance goes onto the circuit.
That car was a good 6 foot, if not more, in the air, just from our position here in the commentary booth. That's what it looked like, and a fireball of some sort as well. So thankfully the car hasn't burst into flames. It's good work by the officials to swamp on it so quickly, and Fitzgerald appears at this stage to be okay. Let's look at the replay from Cameron McConville's car.
Let's see this. There's the Peugeot, goes off into this dirt. There it is there, spinning.
How lucky was McConville there?
McConville.
Just inches in that if McConville had just come on just a little bit earlier. And look at it, up in the air, twirling around.
And then heads across the circuit. There's McConville coming through just as the car spins. 0.2 of a second earlier, he would have been in that.
Now, you drove for Audi last season. You know how quick it is at the top of the hill there. It's almost 200 k's an hour.
It is, as we see the inlet trumpets from the Peugeot's engine bouncing down the track. I mean, that is a huge accident. They're doing 200 kilometres an hour plus across this part of the circuit. As you can see, the dust cloud, you can't see the car. Cameron's gone, well, I'm going to move right over here to the edge of the circuit. And all of a sudden, there's the Peugeot. Look at Cameron's angle. Look how close to the wall he is. I don't believe he missed that. That is unbelievable stuff and great camera.
I'd venture to say he got a bit of a fright because he couldn't see what was happening. He was flying completely blind.
Here's from Paul Morris's view, who's behind Cameron. He backs off. He sees the accident, slows right down. There's a car. Where did that come from?
Wheels, bits of engine, everything going everywhere.
And with all that dust and the fireball, how could Paul Morris see what was going on? Now, let's take a close look at this. This is Brad Jones right in behind Mike Fitzgerald.
In car with Brad Jones, comes up behind him. The Peugeot comes across, then seems to slow, sort of. Yeah, Brad Jones just taps him and watches him go off to the side, and that's all Brad could see. But the Peugeot exited stage right at one hell of a rate. Look at that, 7-8 feet in the air. Fireball from the front of it, which is the fuel lines and the oil lines breaking. He is lucky that came down on his wheels. Cameron McConville, the door opens as he comes through and then closes behind him as the front of the Peugeot spins back round. Cameron is very lucky to have got away with that one. He just kept his foot up it. And there come the trumpets flying down from the top of the left hand of the screen. The inlet trumpets from the engine of the Peugeot.
That is a big hit.
That is monumental.
It's just left a trail of debris behind it. Bits flying everywhere, all over the place.